Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here once again, finally back with some NBA. Today we're going to be looking at DraftKings since I hate the single game format. It's just stupid. I don't know why FanDuel didn't do the 2 day like DraftKings does. Obviously, they're not as superior as a format. But anyway, yeah, we're going to be looking at DraftKings 2 game slate for NBA here for the 23rd. Obviously, the Lakers just lost last night, so um, obviously the first game here today is going to be Boston, and then obviously on Thursday it's going to be LA and Denver. Um, yeah, so should be a good one for sure here. Hopefully, you guys are all doing pretty good. Sorry about my emails over there on the right. Um, but yeah, it's been a couple days since I've done a video for you guys. Like I said, hopefully, you guys all have been doing pretty good and also been doing good on some NFL as well this last weekend. I didn't get to play, unfortunately, last night. Was doing some stuff. I was traveling, didn't get to put it in a lineup. But this is our premium MLB. Like I said, it's still going strong. Love for you guys to join us. Only $20 for the rest of the season, including playoffs. It's pretty dang cheap, and like I said, for the most part, we've been cashing pretty good. Have had a couple down days. It always happens, but overall, we are still winning over 65%. So we'd love to have you guys come join us for that. Like I said, it's pretty simple. Enters quite a bit of double ups, a couple tournaments. Like I said, you will be profiting quite a bit, and would love to have you for us. Join us for that. And then, like I said, we have NFL as well. For this week only, it's going to be $8 for week 3. So, like I said, to get in on any of that, we'd love to have you. Like I said, we are rolling on MLB. So by far, that is our best sport right now, besides NBA. So if you're looking for a little bit of money, like I said, it's $20. Like I said, pretty cheap, and you'll definitely make that money back for sure. And so yeah, to get in on that, check us out on Twitter. All you need to do is message us, and we'll get you set up on that. So yeah, let's go look at some DraftKings. It's been a while for sure for some DK. Like I said, you could also a lot of these picks are good for FanDuel as well, as we know that's a single game. So the single game today is obviously Boston and Miami. And like I said, even though I'm talking DraftKings, a lot of these definitely can apply for FanDuel for sure. So let's go look at our first game here, Boston and Miami. And I don't know if you guys remember, but last time out I told you guys that I think Boston was going to step up here, just because the argument with Brown and Smart, and they definitely did. Anyway, we're looking at Kimba here. His usage is kind of all over the place. Still plays pretty big minutes. He gets the shots, but I don't know. Overall, I think you can look at him for sure on FanDuel, but he's pretty dang expensive, 7,400. I don't mind Dragic. He's been up and down as well, but I would rather pick Dragic over Kemba Walker if you have had to pick. We got Marcus Smart. Don't mind him either. Usage was a little bit lower. I get, Gordon Hayward did come back one game. His usage wasn't too crazy, but definitely keep that in mind. Still don't mind him. He is pretty dang expensive at 6,800 though. But he's usually pretty reliable for the most part. You got Jimmy Butler at 8K. He's been absolute terrible. Smart's been doing pretty good against him there. So 8,000, I think, worth a shot in a GPP. Could go off at any moment. But Cash Game's not really feeling him. Jalen had a good game there against Miami last time out. A lot of people are going to chase that. Still only had a 21% usage. Shot a couple more times. Got a couple more assists than normal. A couple steals. You can look at him. I think he'll get you about 34 to 36 in this one. Excuse me, still a half decent play. But I think a lot of people are going to go to him, and for good reason. Tyler Hero, guy's been playing pretty solid. Even when his usage low, he's still pretty productive with rebounds and assists. So 6,400 for sure. One of my top mid-range picks. Duncan Robinson's worth a look as well. Not as reliable, but he had a little bit issue in game 1 with the fouls. Had some issues in game 2 with the fouls there. Played a couple less minutes, but I think he can get you around 23 to 25. Still, definitely a guy that I'm going to be looking at. Moving on, we got Tatum. Um, yeah, I like him. I think he's for sure a little bit cheaper than Davis and LeBron, and I think he can put up about the same amount of fantasy points as those guys, maybe even a little more. So I don't mind Tatum at $9,600. If you can't afford LeBron or Davis, like I said, I'd love to have those guys. But if you can't afford them, I think Tatum is still in a very good spot. Moving down to Hayward, I expect this guy to be very high owned. We'll see how he does. I don't know if they're going to put him in the rotation yet. I still think he comes off the bench here. He had 12, as you see, a 12% usage rate. Like I said, that's his first game back in about a month. People did not expect him to play 30 minutes. A lot of people were surprised by that. Um, he's okay. I mean, they priced him up 62. I would probably play Duncan Robinson over him a little bit cheaper, and I think he can get about the same amount. Obviously, Hayward has a lot higher upside than Duncan, but it's going to be hard to get Hayward in there. Like I said, he's a fine play, but save a little bit of salary. I don't mind taking Robertson to get you around 20, 23, maybe 3 or 4 points less than Hayward if and only if that lets you get somebody else in there. Moving on to power forward, Jay Crowder's definitely worth a look. Let me see here. I think I'd rather have maybe a little bit more Jay Crowder than Smart. I know they're at different positions, but I think that's the way I would go there. And then we got Bam Adebayo. Dude's been pretty dang solid as well. Shots have been very accurate. Yeah, don't mind him. Daniel Theis, man, this guy's been absolute just crap. 5,200. I'm not really too into him here. Got Kelly. How's he been? 13 minutes. Not doing anything in scanner, so he got a little bit of run. Not much last time out, so not really going to be touching any of those guys. But yeah, this game here should be pretty good. And for the most part, they're pretty cheap. You got a couple guys in the 5,000 to 6,000 range that can get you 25 to 30 points. Unlike LA and Denver, it's basically very heavy here, stud heavy lineup, and then kind of a drop off, kind of in a GPP area. So we have a 215 in LA by 6. So as we know, Denver did win last night. They almost blew a pretty big lead. We'll see what happens here. I think Lakers could take this one, but like I said, if they get down 3-1, we'll see how it goes. But like I said, Denver's that team that really relies on momentum, and they got a little bit of it last night, so we'll see how they go. One guy I think to watch out for is Jamal Murray. The guy had 61 last night. Like I said, when this guy gets momentum, it goes, man. If you go look at it here, it's pretty simple. In a loss, 46. In a win, 45. Couple losses, and then when this guy gets determined, this dude absolutely goes off, dude. So yeah, I mean, if you can afford Murray, I really don't mind him here. If they lose, well, you're kind of screwed. But hopefully, like I said, they have the momentum and they can definitely, keep it with them. So I don't mind a little bit of Murray at all. I think his ownership goes lower because the Dragic and Kemba are a little bit cheaper, and most people are going to go that way. We got Rondo at 5K. Definitely don't mind him. Had a down one there last time against Denver, but overall going to get you around 23 to 25 fantasy points. If you really need to punt there, don't mind Caruso. Like I said, punting on DK is a lot more reliable in a way because a lot more people have to go that way. So I think Caruso gets a little bit of ownership. On FanDuel, you're probably not going to go that way. Danny Green has been playing pretty good. Had a down one last time with 11. Only played 20 minutes. I think he had a little bit of foul trouble as well. I'm not sure. I didn't watch the game, but I think you can go back to him. Like I said, maybe 17 to 20 in this one for him. KCP going to be playing quite a bit of minutes out there guarding Murray, so don't mind him. I would rather have Green, but that last game did scare me a little bit. Him not doing that great. So, but like I said, I'd probably go Green over Pope, but you can look at both of them. And then obviously you got LeBron. I would rather have Davis and Tatum over LeBron, but still really don't mind LeBron. But the dude's 11K, very expensive, and hard to get him in there on DK with a solid lineup. Michael Porter, he's okay, 5,000. Eh. This dude randomly went off last night. Of course, Grant randomly decided, hey, let's play. We all know how it is with Grant. He has one good game, and then everyone's like, oh, look, Grant's back. Hey, who knows? He could be back. But every time he has a half decent game, he absolutely sucks the next day. 26 and then 15, 22 then 9. Did okay here, but this guy is just so up and down. Um, yeah, like I said, you can have Adam if you want. Maybe in a couple one-offs have Grant, but overall, really not reliable. Kuzma, he's been playing like absolute crap, so not really into him. Moving on to power forward here. Like I said, 80 is 80. I would definitely rather have him over some LeBron. Not really into Millsap. Not really into Morris. Don't mind Jokic. He's at 10-4, very expensive. But the other guy, I think that would be a little bit lower owned because a lot of people aren't going to be able to go that way. So if you can fit in Jokic, definitely don't mind putting him in there at all. And maybe a couple with Dwight Howard, but he's getting okay minutes. I get that's not the ton of minutes there. But if you're looking to punt, I don't mind going that way. Even in, as we know, limited minutes, he could get you 15, 16, which is definitely enough there on some DraftKings. So that's what we got going on. Let's see if I can make you guys a dummy lineup here, or close to a dummy lineup as I possibly can. So, like I said, I really like Murray in this one. I think that's one way I'm going to go. I do like Tyler Hero quite a bit. It's going to be hard to get Tatum in there, though. And then over here, the power forward's kind of crap unless you go Davis or Hayward. Gonna have to spend up a little bit. Like I said, you only have 4,800, so it's gonna be hard to get in a couple of those big boys in there. You can go KCP or Danny Green, and then another forward spot. You're gonna have to punt with one of those guys. Maybe go Duncan. That only gives you 5,500, so it doesn't give you a ton of money there to really do anything with. I'd love to get Bam, but as you see in this lineup, that is not going to happen. So if you can't go Murray for some reason, you can definitely drop down to Dragic or Smart. That is up to you. I think Dragic has a little bit more upside than Smart in this one, and then the center still going to be hard to get Bam. But like I said, you guys could try something there. Like I said, you got Rondo a little bit down there. Like I said, just mix it up and see what you can get. It's going to be hard, like I said, to get a couple of the big boys in there. So I think if you just do a well-rounded lineup tonight, I think it can easily do pretty good for you. Like I said, if you want to get crazy with it, you got Caruso, you got Dwight Howard in there. Maybe put them in there in a couple crazy lineups, to get in one more big guy and hopefully help your guys' lineup out. So that's what we got going on. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. I do appreciate it. And like I said, hit that sub button as well. Like I said, we have MLB, and that is still going very, very strong. Definitely would recommend it if you guys are looking to play. Like I said, $20. That includes the rest of the playoffs. Like I said, we're not going to play single slates for MLB. So once single slates happen, that is it for baseball, but that's still about 3.5 to 4 weeks of solid baseball for you guys for only $20. That's pretty dang cheap. Usually it's $15 per month. So sorry, $15 per week. So very cheap. And like I said, we have NFL as well. So all right, guys, that is it. Like I said, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys a little bit later on.